You're listening to this week's episode of the Vacation Rental Business in Today's World podcast. You're about to start transforming your business and life with the information found here. We interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in the vacation short-term rental industry and supporting businesses. The information found here is a combination of brain science, transformational thinking, safety and loss prevention, and vacation short-term rental knowledge and experiences, all rolled into one to help you and your business to achieve levels you never thought possible. I am glad you are here, and now please welcome your host, Eric Thibodeau.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Vacation Rental Business in Today's World podcast. I'm glad you're here. Wanted to start out today and just think a little bit about this topic, which is kind of different for when we're talking about vacation rental safety. But I think it's really important about who we are being when we are working. We always talk about how much we're doing, all the different things we do in our work, in our business. I wanted to talk a little bit about this, and hopefully it will be brief. So when I was considering what I was going to write for this week and do for this week's podcast, I ran across this scripture because I read scripture every day. And here is one from the Gospel of Mark. And it's when Jesus is talking to the Pharisees. And it says, "Nothing that enters from the outside can defile that person. The things that come from within are what defile. From within people, from their hearts come evil thoughts. All these evils come from within and they defile." So when I was thinking about this week's topic here, and how does this tie into vacation rental business or vacation rental safety? And as business owners and investors, and even safer vacation rental managers, we want to work from the be, do, have. And when we work from the be side first, it's how we're doing internal. So what's coming from inside of us? Certainly not always evil thoughts as mentioned here, but what's coming from inside of us out to the world. Doing and having are external things. Those things come easy for us because we're always occupied with them. But then being is a little different. Being is who we are on the inside. I have to be before I can do and have. Once again, this is not something that we often talk about here in our business. We normally work from a model of I want to have something so I can do something so I can be. Or maybe from I want to do these things so I can have and I can be. For example, I want to have a vacation rental business so I can serve guests and take care of guests and be retired or be whatever I need to be, successful vacation rental manager. Or maybe on the other side, I want to do certain things. I want to do activities associated with vacation rental management. And then that way, when I do these things, I will have a successful vacation rental business, and then I will be successful. It actually doesn't work that way, right? We may believe that it does, but it really doesn't. And being is where we start. It starts internal to us, what's inside of us, and what are our identities. We cannot be who we are not. Whether I can be a mother, I can be a son, I can be a husband, I can be a business owner, a real estate investor, I can be the safer vacation rental manager. All of these things, all of these people that we want to be, all these qualities we want to be, start on the inside. See, do and have are external to us. I'm inside of me is who I'm being. If I'm being a vacation rental manager, what are these qualities that I have? I'm being in integrity. I'm being honest. I'm being financially successful. All these things I need to develop in any others that you have in your life or your business and how you manage safety in particular, everything starts about who you're being inside. When we start doing before we're being, we really won't ever have what we truly want or desire. I've worked in safety as a safety professional, vacation rental manager, owner, investor. And when I was being, before I was doing and having, I was much more successful. I really found this out when I was doing real estate investments. Before I started vacation rentals, I was really doing more real estate, single family homes, apartment complexes. And there, when I started something different, I was not a vacation rental investor. I was a safety professional. I was a husband. I was a father. I was a brother. I was a son. I was being other things. Those were my identity. But then I said, I want to be a real estate investor. And so when I said that I want to be, I really worked about what I needed to do internally, how I needed to have courage before confidence to go out and buy and invest and do something different. Once I decided who I was going to be, I worked at it every day. Certainly it didn't come easily to do something that you're not, right? But it's much easier when you start from the inside and work out. After that, buying properties, identifying properties, rehabbing properties came a lot easier because I was driven from the inside to have these things, these properties, these investments, this passive income. And so it's much the same with vacation rentals, or even, something for safety. Simply put, we cannot be something we're not. For the safer vacation rental manager, we are always wanting to talk about safety checks and programs and fire extinguishers and smoke detectors and all these things that we do in our business. This is all doing. This is external to help us have what we want. But we have to back up and say, if we're not being the safer vacation rental manager, then it will not work or last. Same with vacation rental owner and investor. We must be that person inside before we go out. So in the next week, I'd like you to take some time, stop, be silent, think and feel who you're being and who you want to be. Work towards being. If you're a vacation rental manager or owner, think about what it takes to be that person. Maybe you're already a vacation rental manager or owner, and you're not as successful as you want to be. Stop and think about who you're being. Don't worry as much about doing. Same thing with the safer vacation rental manager. Each of us owning properties have this where we need to really have safe vacation rentals for our guests, for our owners, for our workers. But are you being that first? Right? Particularly when I find with safety, we do a lot. But those who are successful in running a business and how they're running it safely always take a look inside first about who they're being. Remember, safety is a value. Safety comes from who I'm being. It's not something that I put on now and then later it's a priority, so I turn it off, right? This is not who we are. Safety is being. So let's take a look at that this week and see what's inside of us. I want you to work towards being and just be. Posted in my Vacation Rental Safety Facebook group or on LinkedIn under my profile, Eric Thibodeau, about who you're being. What is inside of you? This is going to take time, but it's so important to evaluate who you're being and not just always focusing on your doing. Because once you're being, doing flows so much easier. because it's who you are. After this, doing will flow easily and you can have what you want. So I hope this was helpful for you this week. I encourage you to post in the Vacation Rental Facebook group. And I'd like to hear about how you're being. I think it's so important for us to take a look at this before we move further into topics about what are we doing in vacation rental business today? How can we grow our revenue? How can we improve our safety? How can we improve owner retention? How can we get new properties? All these things are doing, and they're fantastic, and I love them. Matter of fact, I like doing them so much. Times I have to stop and reflect about being and who I'm being in my role. So I hope you have a good week, and I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please share it with others as we continue to grow and produce additional content. Some of this is different thinking, and I think that's perfectly fine for the vacation rental business in today's world. As our industry grows, we want to certainly be different. We want to be the good vacation rental managers that we want to be, but we have to be first. Take care, have a good week, and talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Safer VR's podcast with Eric Thibodeau. If you enjoy this, I would love you to join my Facebook group, The Safer Vacation Rentals, for more of the same. You can also join our email list at www.safervrs.com.